Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rudy with the Lawn Ranger. I am walking through a new property. Our property management company called us that we work with and called us and said they got 3 more properties, these 2 being neighbors, and wanted me to come out, take pictures of its current condition and pricing, of course. So I just want to kind of show you all around, show you how I do overgrowns. Overgrown properties is one of the staples of my company. We basically do lawn maintenance, tree trimming, and overgrown properties primarily. Um, the front and this front yard don't look so bad. You can see a lot of trash area over here, a little bit of overgrown, real grass right in this section, but this yard is mostly weeds. You can tell the resident that lives at this location cuts the front, but for some reason avoids this area here, I guess. Here we got I'm not too sure, these vines that grow. My little cousin worked with me for a while and he always left them thinking that they're watermelons. It's like they're not watermelons. Cut them, they're weeds. But they just grow rampant. We can see here there's been cutting recently. Whenever you see clippings like this dead, it means the grass was very overgrown the last time it was cut. And right here we're looking at where it's starting to get so tall that it's starting to lay down. That's one of the things you notice when you do many overgrown properties. You start to notice trends and things that happen a lot. Basically, if the grass is lying down, it means it's pretty old. I mean, you're looking, this I'm guessing is probably at least like 4 months at least. Coming to the back, we have debris, meaning that we are going to be mowing, but we're going to be doing some walking before we get the tractors in here, just walking all this tall grass. Some people see this overgrown in the back, around that back end, and get pretty intimidated, only because if you're out here with a push mower, it's going to take you forever. And if you have a residential mower, you run risk. Doing overgrown properties, there's a lot of risk involved, but when you know what you're looking for, you can do them safely and effectively. And I say a property like this, I say we'll be out of here in about an hour and a half, 2 of us. So it's just 1 person on the tractor, 1 person weed eating, and then I'll get off the mower and start weed eating to assist. But all these properties just take a little bit of time. If you know what you're looking for, you should be fine. But again, bags, rope is the worst. Rope and clothing tangled in the blades, and it'll really make you delay even further on time. You can see a down tree here. There's a lot of work that needs to be done at this property. All we're basically doing is looking at price for the overgrown areas. So luckily we do these. We've done, I remember about 2 years ago, we were full force running overgrowns, and I want to say we did somewhere around 200 that year. So these yards really don't intimidate me much, but as you can see, I'm about 6'2". If we stand up this grass, it's basically right to my mid-center. But for anyone looking to price these things, you want to look at your time, and the best way is experience, to really know how long it's going to take you. If you're running through with the push mower and a weed eater, it's going to take you about a day and a half, seriously. But if you have some good equipment and you've done these before, you can really make a good chunk of change in a short amount of time. And that's the goal of every business: make as much money as you can with the least amount of time wasted. So I say with this one, with all the work, we're gonna really have to mulch up this property at least about 6 times. I run a diesel Kubota, 61 inch, I believe. So with the diesel, it's just a beast. We can take down this mowing. maybe about 40 minutes, and then another 45 minutes of just cleaning up and weed eating. Whenever you're doing overgrown properties, it's the reverse of regular maintenance. Usually when you're maintenance, the weed eaters are like the finished product. You know, the weed eaters are the last thing to touch the yard to give it that real crisp look, to finish it. But however, when you're doing overgrown properties, the weed eaters go first. They're the ones who are going to catch maybe a pipe in the center, or a cinder block, or a fallen tree, any type of debris. They're the ones that are actually walking through the area and are going to warn you ahead of time. So sometimes we walk it on foot, and then we send the weed eaters out, and their job is to make sure that if they see anything, they point it out, weed eat around it, or call it out at least. So I'm thinking for this job, what makes this a little bit different though is this is one of my property management companies. They don't like to spend too much money, but they definitely give me a lot of work throughout the year. We currently maintain about 12 of their little investment properties. These two being two new ones. So we're going to give them a discount rate, probably about $450. And then we're going to regularly maintain this property. There's not a lot of edging besides that sidewalk and of course the front. So I'm thinking maybe $60 a pop each, and for regular maintenance wise. But the first run, $400 to give them a break. When this is residential though, and they're calling me out and they don't know me, usually it'd be significantly higher. So maybe about $650 for a residential lawn. Only because it's very expensive. Code enforcement really hits homeowners hard, you know. So they may spend $500-600 with me, but had they not and gotten fined, they'd be spending about $1,000 or more, about $1,200. So we're saving them money, however we're still earning a living. So that's the key here: get in, get out. Walk the property, make sure that you do as much, you know, recon as you can. Really make sure that these properties are walked through. Grab as much as you can. Water hose that are just buried under 4 feet of grass just wreak havoc on your equipment and your time. Well, this is Rudy with the Lawn Ranger signing off. I hope this gave you a little bit of information on overgrown properties, and I'll be doing more videos like this in the near future. Thanks. Have a good day.